Welcome back, Quillpack, to another Click Team Firefly tutorial. We'll be continuing from last week, the launcher. This will be how to change the resolution in the game. It's fairly simple. It should be a short video. I have some first-person movement already set up here. As you can see, at the start of frame, I load a material, then always get the first-person movement with gravity code, the mouse position, and collision. That's already set up. I do have video over that. I will uh, put the link in the description below. As far as the game goes, we have some hidden files here. A lot of it is the MFAs for creating this, but most importantly, we have these three that will be your actual game. The only application that you will have visible to the user would be the launcher, and then in the data folder we do have our INI that holds our resolution. It's currently set to 480, so I will be starting the code in 480, but you'll essentially copy and paste this for your 720 and your 1080p. We have two frames. The first frame is the game. Just walk around, whatever. And the second frame is like a little resolution setting. You can set this up in the same frame. You can overlay the Firefly objects to make a pause menu. I'm just doing it in two different frames to make it a little bit easier. So if we go back to frame one, we need two events. The first event would be when the keyboard, upon pressing escape, we're just going to end the application. And then we can drag and drop this down, double click it and press P. And when P is pressed, we can jump to the next frame. And that's it. Now, again, I have some notes over here just to make sure I make this video as quick as possible, quick and efficient as possible. We're going to have a started frame, and we're going to set the current frame, or sorry, set the current file to app path plus, let's see, data.ini. Let's go over here. I should also mention that the ini file, the name is already set, and we uncheck the create ini file and data application data folder. That way it doesn't go into your roaming whatever folder it normally goes into for MMFA applications. And we want to set the combo box, the drop down box that we have here. Let's see, set edit text to, we're going to get the string of the launcher and then with a res. So launcher, if I can spell, for the group and then res. And upon pressing escape, we are going to set the, let's see, actually we're going to perform a check here. So we're going to compare two general values. We're going to get edit text of the combo box, and if it's different from nothing, having two quotation marks means nothing, and we press escape, we're going to go ahead and set up the new resolution. So let me go ahead and run this real quick. When you start up the frame, or when the frame starts, it's going to select 480 because this is our 480 game, and we can select from the three resolutions that we have. It's basically going to make sure that you can't press backspace and this has nothing in it and you press escape, because then the game will freak out and it won't really open anything. We are going to set the new value. So set value group item. The group is launcher. The item is res, and we're going to get the value of get text. So we're getting the text in the edit box, the drop down menu that we have, but we have to state that it is a value because we're putting in numerical data, not a string. And an application. And then we check at the end of application. We want to execute an external program with an evaluated path. The path will be app path. Whoops. Plus, let's see, the edit text of the combo box. And then you can just press OK and OK. We don't need to mess with those second and third dialog boxes. And that's it. So if I was to run this application, start up in the first person movement section, press, whoops, not escape. Press pause, it jumps to the game resolution, the second frame. If we go down to 720 and press escape, it opens up 720. And I already had all three programmed, so I can continue to jump from game to game. So go to 1080, press escape, and then jump down to 720, press escape, P 480, press escape. There we go. And since there is no resolution specific information here, you can just copy all of this and post it into your 720 and your 1080. The only thing that you'll have to change is the layout of your game resolution. But ClickTeam has this handy feature where you can clone and you can pick the two resolutions that you want, the 1280 by 1024, and then which will be your 720p, and then your 1920 by 1080 will be your 1080p. Then you'll just have to edit this one slightly, so the resolution isn't exactly, yeah, it'll put you at 960 and you want 720. So now if we go here and open up this, it's about where we need it. We just have to resize these two, and that will be, let's see if I can zoom in. You can see it's within the border now. That'll be your 720, and have to resize Firefly as well. Then go down to your 1081, and that's already set. Just double check this has the right resolution. It does not. So this is a lot easier than trying to remake the whole application. Just editing the sizes. Let's see, what is that? The camera? No, the engine. And then the active. You can just drag this over, just rearrange it as you please. But that's an easier way than making a new one and then having to change it, bring everything back over, resize it, whatever. And that's it. It's really simple. You can use the same, launcher example that you used last week because that's all I did. I just copied all that data over and made the three new files. Let's see. You can see I still have the 720 and the 1080 resolution games here because in case I wanted to edit them. And whenever I would send this out to my users or whatever, the only thing that would be visible for them is launcher and data, and then the launcher handles everything in the background. So if I was to launch this right now, it went ahead and opened up my 420. pause. Let's change that to 720. Get out of there. You know, it opens up 720. If I was to go back to launcher, you can see down here it'll say set a resolution to 720 and it'll open up the 720 resolution game. It opened it, but my let's see if I can do that again. I don't know. My computer put my File Explorer over it. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, well, that's pretty much it for this video. Next week, I will try to get done a local multiplayer example, having 2 players on the same machine. I will see you guys next week.